Hey, I'm here with my friend Anastasia Seltzer, the hip hop dance teaching acupuncturist, and we are going to answer some connection cards. Connection cards are a great way to connect. You can go on a walk, you can, have some coffee, and if you pull out, these are actually connection cards that I made. It's a building friendships deck. It's just a great way to get past surface level conversations and connect a little bit more deeply, more easily. You can, choose 5 cards out of a deck, each answer it. I like having a connection round at the end, like saying something like, I felt most connected to you when you shared about this, or what I think I learned about you was, or something like that. So I've got some cards here. So let's get started. Do you want to answer first?
Sure. So you're gonna ask me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first question is, what are some things that you are passionate about in your life?
I feel like it always changes. Sometimes like day to day. But lately, gardening. I really like being out in the dirt and like being creative with my lawn and like figuring out where I want to put things and just being something feels good about being in the dirt. And I'm very passionate about like family time and friend time. Just like talking or walking. It can be anything. I just like feel passionate about connecting with people. And not lately, kind of lately, like the past 2 years, but ebbs and flows. I'm really, really, really into Chinese medicine. And you want me to share more about why I'm passionate about that?
Sure.
A lot of reasons, but one of the main reasons that I've been connecting with more lately is like the nature aspect of it all. A lot of it is based on nature and the world around us, and so having like the connection between body and nature and treating people in that way for me is like a way of connecting with nature too and connecting with people. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll answer the same question. What are some things that I'm passionate about in my life? I would say movement's a big one. I really like qigong and dance and yoga, and it's just a way that I feel really alive, and it's really fun, and I really like being in my body and like just feeling the flow, the sort of energetic flow. And then the other thing is connection games, like sort of social health. The other day I supported somebody with like a mediation, and like I felt so inspired, and it just felt so meaningful. And I really appreciated how it went, and how I felt like it was really easy for me to like connect to what they were saying and help them understand each other. And then I also facilitate some connection games for a community called the Unity Collective. And at the end, people are just so appreciative of like being able to be vulnerable and authentic and connect in a real way. It feels fun and enlivening. And so those are some of the things that I feel really passionate about.
Thank you for sharing.
The next question is, what is a nickname you've had or given someone else?
Oh my god, there's so many for me that are, most of them are really silly, but I'll give you a few. So I go by Tasia, and my dance friends call me T Nasty. That's like my hip hop name. And then as a kid, someone once referred to me as Deja Vu, and that just like never went away. It haunts me still. And at the last silly one I'd say is I was talking with a friend and we were just coming up with like, there's so many names in Anastasia. There's so many ways you can make fun of it. But one day my friend Amelia called me Anna Stapler. No. So those are all very like silly, stupid names I've been given.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
about you?
Growing up, my sister called me B-Man.
Really?
Yeah. And then when I was in high school, they called me Jesus. But there's a lot of like Mexican folks there, and so they called me Jesus. Long hair and the beard. Yeah, I think those are the main ones.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. What's a common misconception that people have of you?
That I'm somebody else. This happens all the time. People come up to me and they're like, I know you. I'm like, no, you don't. Oh, you look just like my friend. And then you know this story, but once in Earth Fair, someone was like, you look like 5 different people I know. Okay. Thanks a lot. I don't know if that's like it's kind of a misconception.
Yeah, totally, that you're a different person.
Yeah.
5 different people.
It's a big misconception. Yeah.
Thank you. What's a common misconception that people have of me? I think people think that I'm in like compassionate consciousness all the time and that, like I don't judge people. But I think that's probably because when I first meet someone, I like don't show how dark my humor is. And yeah, maybe I'm afraid that they're gonna like believe the judgmental things that I say. I'm not really sure, but yeah, people think that I'm not judging others and that I'm maybe like super nice or something like that. Yeah.
He's not.
You know me. What makes you feel most alive?
Ooh. Makes me feel most alive. Often when I'm traveling, I feel very alive and like I feel very confident, kind of. Like, yeah. Being in nature too. Those 2 things.
Thank you. I think what makes me feel most alive is soul power dance. And for those of you that don't know, it's a dance class that's like somatic movements, but it's like hip hop and sassy and energetic and spiritual, like all in one. And the teacher is just like such like good energy, and the movements are really like fun. So yeah, I feel like really alive when I'm dancing soul power dance. Yeah, and your mom was the one who introduced me to it. She called it sexy dance. What am I getting myself into? What do the algorithms of the internet suggest to you? Like on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever you use?
Okay, a lot of different things depending on the platform. On Instagram, I get a lot of reality TV show.
Really?
Yeah, and I usually don't watch that, but I don't know why this year I've been watching more like reality TV.
Cool.
So, and it knows, so it's like, now what happened to this person after the show? And I'm like, oh, let me see. Yeah, so that, lot of dance videos. And then on YouTube, sometimes I'll get like tarot videos, but sometimes I'll also get, I don't know if you know Jubilee. There's a lot of like political or like different kinds of people having discussions, and I like those, so I get recommended those a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. I like that question. It's fun.
Yeah, sometimes the internet knows us better than we know ourselves.
Or want to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I get? A lot of like comedy, like stand-up comedy, comedy news, The Daily Show, stuff like that.
What is that on? On YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get a lot of stuff on like psychology, a lot of stuff on like autism. Something that like, I look at a lot. A lot of crypto things pop up for me.
Makes sense.
I think that's mostly what I can think of in this moment. What are 3 things you like or appreciate about me?
I like your sense of humor, and to go with that, I like that you laugh really easily.
With you.
Yeah, it makes me feel funny and like you enjoy being with me, so that feels good. But I also like your
darkness.
But not just darkness, like your lightheartedness too. But yeah, sometimes it's like whoa. But it's fun. And I like how much you enjoy just like working outside all day. Well, I don't know how much you really enjoy it, but I think it's cool that that's your job. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, I just admire that. That's a lot of hard work. And better than like sitting in an office or whatever. Yeah. And what else? I'm going back to like when we were living together, and I really, really appreciated you would always like bring me home things. You bring me home food, or like one day you brought me slippers. And you'd also cook us, like I miss very regularly your breakfast of like the eggs and the, you know what I'm talking about?
Goat cheese and
yeah, and I think about it a lot. I'm like, oh, I want that. So I still appreciate that. I still think about it, and I still have a lot of things that you gave me, so I always am like reminded. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see, 3 things that I like or appreciate about you. I really like your pacing. Like the pacing that you speak feels like it's slow, and there's like a quality of energy that feels like really easy for me to receive and to just like be with, and it kind of feels comforting as well. Yeah. And I really like the care that I feel from you. Like when we were living together, you would be like, I'd be leaving the house and you'd be like, oh, where are you going? Like you wanted to know. But also like if something's like alive for me, like I feel a warmth, like you actually care about my experience, and that feels really, really nice. I kind of also want to say sense of humor, but you already said that, so maybe I'll think of something different. I guess I appreciate your openness to like alternative things, like you're interested in Chinese medicine. I feel like with spirituality, like I can have conversations with you that, can go in a lot of different directions. There's like an openness, and I can also talk to you about like politics and like both sides, and there's no like, you know, tension, or there's a lot of like curiosity and just openness to looking at things in lots of different ways.
Thank you. I appreciate that too.
What do you notice inside yourself being here with me making this video? Self-talk, body sensations, feelings, stories.
Well, with the last question, that question is always difficult because I always notice I'm like, oh, if I don't say something fast enough, do they think I don't like them
Sure,
or whatever,
yeah.
which is so stupid. But that's, yeah, so that's particularly was a hard question. But overall, I feel very present and comfortable, and yeah, it feels good for me to be here right now. I feel, well, I told Brian, but I've been having like swollen lymph nodes, so I'm a little uncomfortable in my body right here. But otherwise, I'm like, the temperature's good and it's like evening, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. What do I notice inside myself being here with you? I notice having the thought that like the sun is going down, and I have some concern about whether the lighting is going to continue being good for the video. There is like sounds like cars moving around and like cows screaming. So I wonder like how that might be impacting as well. I notice how much I'm like enjoying laughing. This feels like fun, and yeah. What else do I notice? And I also feel like soreness in my body from just doing like a ton of physical labor this past week, especially. Yeah, and I also just noticed feeling grateful that you're doing this with me.
Thank you.
If you were going to see a therapist, which you probably already are, what would you want to work on with them?
I'm not seeing a therapist anymore.
Nice.
I was, but oh my, what would I want to work on with them? I don't know. Okay, well, maybe like just general confidence, or I feel like it can be very easy for me to slip into like one thing goes wrong and I'm like anxious and my day's like kind of thrown off, and I can like mask that. I can push through that internally, or like externally, I mean, but internally it can like change my whole mood or something. So maybe just going to like, I think it'd be good for me to have some practices or advice on how to like stay confident and like more stable throughout the day, I guess. Yeah. It's not always that way, but some days more than others.
Thank you.
If I had to go, that's what I would go with.
I think for me, you know, I've been working 7 days a week for a while, and I think I have this idea that I need to like achieve something before I can relax and feel just content. And I guess I would like to look at that a little bit more deeply, and like, how can I just feel content and relaxed right now, and just yeah, be more appreciative of like what I currently have, and feel less of a like I need to strive in order to relax, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very American.
Yeah,
It is.
it's true. What is something that your inner critic has been telling you lately?
Mm. Mm. That I'm like not there as much for my family as I should be.
Mm.
Maybe just like in general with my boyfriend and with my family, kind of like overthinking like if I'm being a good partner or like daughter or sister or all of those things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's something my inner critic has been telling me lately? I've been like afraid that I'm not like a good person, and there's this, or at least lately, to some degree, I've been, so I read this book Journey of Souls, and like I really have a belief that it's not that we do good or bad things, but you do have like a life review at the end, to some degree, to kind of just go over like how you did. And I have a belief that like as our soul comes into the earth, there are things that we're like trying to experience and grow around. Um, and there's this part of me that's like, now I think about doing good things. I'm like, oh, I want to get points for my life review. I'm like, well, if I want to get points for my life review, then nothing good that I do is actually good. And yeah, I don't want to do good just for the points. And then nonviolent communication is the other like spiritual practice that I have. And one of the pillars is that we should do things out of inspiration and not out of obligation. And so if I'm doing things out of this obligation of like wanting to have a good life review versus like what is like the natural inspiration that I have, which comes out sometimes. Like when I did the mediation, I was like very inspired to do that. But inspiration, maybe I'm not allowing myself to be in as much inspiration as I would like to be. But yeah, I guess my inner critic is saying I'm not doing good enough. Maybe I'm spending too much time striving for security and not allowing the spaciousness that I need to live the life that I'm meant to be living.
Yeah. What would make you feel like, what in your eyes is a good person?
Somebody that's not living out of fear, and scarcity and that sort of thing, and that like chooses to, I don't know, take the risk of following your heart. So if I was following my heart, I'd probably like quit one of my jobs and just spend a lot more time on like social health, helping others get more connection and understanding in their lives. Yeah, I think that would feel more in alignment. Yeah. And what do we have? One more. What's a highlight or a few of your past week and something that was challenging for you?
Highlight. Probably the biggest highlight for me is last Friday. We had Shabbat at my house. Yeah, my family came over and Laura came over. And I was dog sitting, so I brought the dogs over, which is really cute. They felt like they kind of completed the family, I guess. I don't know, and it was so fun. Isaac made a really like traditional meal the way his family would, like with like a cheese platter type thing as an appetizer, and then like a meal, and then a salad, and then a dessert and tea. It was just like a lot of food, and we did like these Shabbat dances that Laura taught us, and we played games, and yeah, it was just so fun and like connecting, and I felt really present the whole night. And then oh my god, I've been having so many challenges this week. But what's probably the main one? Or I guess just one I would share is that my brother's schizophrenic, and my family has been struggling for a long time to like find a place for him to be, and there's not much support for that really outside of our family. And he just got kicked out of his current place, which was pretty good for him, seemingly. So it's just like been coming up for me, that like family stuff, and wanting my mom to not have to stress about him, and wanting him to just have a stable home too. Yeah. It was kind of long, but
No, thank you. Appreciate you sharing authentically. I would say a highlight of my week, honestly, is just seeing the amount of animals that I've been seeing lately. I saw a mama bear that our friend Mariah, who's in my other video, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch it," and she starts like walking up to him. I was like, "Oh, I better go walk with you just in case." So we're getting, watching the bear, and it turns towards us and starts charging. Yeah. So as soon as we backed off, it backed off as well. And then later we saw it was a little bit farther down, and it was nursing 3 like baby bears.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like all at the same time?
Yeah. It was like laying down, nursing these bears. And I heard that they usually nurse in the den. So like being able to witness that was pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I also saw a huge possum in the middle of the day come out like running around. And I think that he's out because he was eating the cicadas.
Oh.
So many cicadas out right now. They're everywhere.
There was a dead one right here.
I saw like 100 of them in a bush. Like, yeah, they're just
like alive?
Alive, yeah. Wow. They're just like hanging out. Like, I mean, they were under the ground for 13 years, and like now they don't really seem to know what they're doing. They're like flying into things. I think they're just food for most of them.
Yeah, honestly, they're just dead everywhere.
First time on the outside of the Earth's crust. So, yeah, and I've seen snakes and just
that's so cool.
All kinds of like cool animals recently. So that's been pretty exciting. A challenge this week. I feel like I've kind of been at like sensory overload a few times. My allergies are actually great right now, but they've been so bad. Just sneezing, my eyes are burning and itching, and then just being in like itchy grass that gets all over my arms. And I feel like I've been very close to poison ivy, although I don't think that I've gotten it. I've been like scrubbing really hard after working, but yeah, just like itchy and sneezy and like head hurting, and it's brought up like a lot of fatigue for me, especially when I'm like using my body to work really hard and have all these discomforts going on. But I feel really grateful in this moment to be feeling like actually really well.
Good.
So, yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
So that's, I think, all the questions that we'll answer. Yeah, let's do like a quick connection round. Something that I learned about you is that you like gardening. I think I didn't know how much you like gardening, and I didn't realize that that's something that you enjoy. So that was like kind of fun to hear about. I don't remember what the nickname was. It's like T-Dizzle or...
Nasty.
No, the other one.
Oh, Deja Vu?
Deja Vu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So I enjoyed hearing about that. I'm sure there were other things, but that's kind of what's standing out in my mind in this moment.
Okay. So am I sharing now?
Yeah.
What I learned about you specifically?
Sure.
Or what?
If you did, or when you felt most connected to me, or what stood out to you about my shares.
I guess it was so much.
Yeah,
I'm forgetting
totally.
a lot of it, but
I usually write notes when I'm playing this game, so that I can remember during the reflection round.
It did stand out to me though, and I felt connected to when you said the thing about the animals. I think just because I don't know, we don't necessarily talk about animals a lot or anything, but it's just, I recently went to Costa Rica and I saw so many animals, and I just related to that feeling of being able to see animals doing cool things all week, and it's just how cool is that? Yeah. Oh, and of course when you shared things you appreciate about me.
Yeah.
I forgot what the last one was you said, but the political one. I felt I feel that way too, and I feel these days that's very special to find someone just open, you know. So yeah, I was yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I guess that's some of the things I like the most.
Thank you. I also really liked when you were people often think I'm 5 different people.
It's crazy.
Really funny.
Yeah.
So that's connection cards. Yeah, there's lots of ways you can play with connection cards. You can just use one card and dive deeply into a conversation. You can go through many cards the way that we did. And there are tons of different decks. I have 20 different decks that I've bought. Cards for Connection's a really good one. Susan Campbell has she has a whole game, the Getting Real game. Yeah, I have a card deck. This is the Building Friendships deck through my connection cards. I have a Nourishing Partnerships deck that I made as well. And you can also find, lots of connection questions online. Yeah, so I'm curious, how might you have answered one of these questions? Or is there a favorite question that you like to ask people to feel more connected to them? Yeah, thanks for watching, and tell them to like and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, do that. like and subscribe, and buy 20 of these and give them to your friends. And also follow me on Instagram. And
what's your IG?
Oh, it's Anis, the spice, .tasia. But you can put it in the...
Cool. Well, it doesn't help to tell them. I mean, does it hurt?
Oh, it does. Yeah. And give yourself a pat on the back. And that'll be enough.
Thanks for watching. What I think I learned about you was... You hear those cows?